reviews. My name is Shiraz, and as you can see, I have the Honda CB350 for you today. And if I were to give you its review in one line, that would be that this is the 4-stroke RX100 you all have been waiting for. Or you can call it the RX350, but not the RD350. 4-stroke RD350 is not coming, guys. Why? Well, there's a lot I have to say on the subject, but let's keep it for some other day. Right now, we'll talk about the CB350 and why I say this feels like an RX100. Because it feels like an RX100. It's light, it's nimble, it's peppy, and you have to rev the shit out of that motor to make it fast. Just like the RX100 then. And guess what? This motorcycle's exhaust note has more treble than bass to it. For example, Meteor's exhaust note, it has comparatively more bass to it. However, the overall decibel level is comparatively lower. This is loud. I mean, I wonder how did it pass the noise regulations, but we are not complaining, right? This is beautiful. I mean, even for a person like me who's not a fan of loud exhausts, this one works. Now, so this is loud enough to make you feel good, but not that loud that your neighbors would hate you. Classic 350 owners might hate you, especially when you pass them at a fair clip. Okay, they might not hate you, they will envy you, let's put it that way. So that's the review for people who have ridden an RX100. Now I understand that there would be a few of you who haven't ridden an RX100, losers. Please keep it. I would suggest please include it in your bucket list that you have to ride an RX100. If you are in Delhi NCR, please be my guest. Feel free to ride my RX100 under supervision, of course. And so I'll tell you about this motorcycle, considering that from a beginner's perspective, or perhaps someone who has been riding for a couple of years, or someone who has not ridden an RX100. So this first things first. This motorcycle, when you sit on it and straighten it, taking it off the side stand is a cinch. It's beautifully easy. Like I said that, I'm sure you would have understood that much that it feels light, and it feels light not only on the move, but even during the physical manual maneuvers of pushing and pulling it into a parking spot and taking it out from it. It feels very light, and which is a big advantage if you have to do it daily, of course. And the seat height is 800 mm, which feels like 780 mm, 790 mm. What does that mean for you? It means for you that even if you are someone like me who is just 5 feet tall, you can easily ride this motorcycle. Alright? In fact, when you swing a leg over, everything feels just right about this motorcycle. The ergonomics are beautiful. And the handlebar reach, the foot pegs, the seat, everything feels just right. And I'm not saying this only from my stature, my build and my perspective. So I have two friends who were on the shoot with us. One is 5'8", one is 5'10". Both of them said that this feels just right. Okay, and so yeah, you irrespective of your height, if you're like 5 feet tall, if you're 5'10", and I reckon I can stick my neck out and say that even if you're a 6-footer, you will be absolutely comfortable on this motorcycle. The clutch pull is light, and the gearbox is slick. So let's talk about the performance real quick then. 0 to 60. This is the fastest, this is the quickest motorcycle in its segment. Yes, this is from 0 to 60, this is quicker than the Java 42, and of course it is quicker than the Benelli and the Royal Enfield, the Meteor 350 and the Benelli Imperiale 400. So this did it 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds. The Meteor does it in 4.1 seconds, and the Java 42 does that in 4.2 seconds. And Java 42 I tested, that was the BS4 version. I do not know whether the BS6 bike has become slower or not, but then yeah, I had to mention that. As far as the 0 to 100 and 0 to 120 figures are concerned, you'll either have the link up here or in the description, or at both the places. Top speed. 139 kilometers per hour. So yes, it does almost 140, and the Java 42 I touched 140. That's a 27 bhp motorcycle. So yeah, so it's decidedly quick and fast for the segment. And fuel efficiency, you are seeing it on your screen right now. The brakes are good. The tire grip is absolutely fine, no complaints over there. The headlight is good as well. The blinkers, the tail light, the headlight, it's an all LED setup. And of course there's a hazard switch. And this is the only motorcycle that gets this distance to empty a range indicator. The ride quality, slightly on the stiffer side, but nothing that would break your back. In fact, that's slightly stiff ride quality aids fantastically in handling. Okay, this is the best handling motorcycle in its segment. Okay, it has, it is, way above the Java, which was until now the best handling motorcycle in its segment. This is another level altogether, guys. You can filter through traffic like you would do on an RX 100. So even if you have not ridden an RX 100, I'm sure you understand by now that this is the most agile, this is the most flickable of all motorcycles in this segment. This is a beautiful handler, guys. And that flickability does not come at the expense of straight line stability. Even at 130, 135, 139, 140, this is as stable as a rock. The stability is awesome, and there are no vibrations whatsoever. Now please understand that every single cylinder motorcycle, be it the Meteor, be it the Java 42, every single cylinder motorcycle will have some vibrations. For example, especially in the lower gears when you take it to the red line. But then does it matter, because you take it to the red line, near the red line it will have that vibration, but then immediately you will upshift. Okay, so you're not staying there. So when do vibrations become a bother? In the top gear, while cruising, if the vibrations are causing you to back down, then it becomes a bother. Nowadays, be it the Meteor, be it the Java 42, in fact the Imperiale 400 out of those three is the most refined, and that you can say it's almost zero vibration motorcycle, and the same can be said about this motorcycle. So while the Java 42 and the Meteor 350, you can cruise at 80, 90, 100, 110 all day without the vibrations becoming much of a bother. In fact, on the Meteor 350, the top speed is 120. Honestly, even at 120, the vibrations were still under control. On this one, there were hardly any vibrations even at 139. So this and the Benelli Imperiale 400 would be a tie as as being the best in refinement. I haven't ridden the BS6 Benelli. This statement is considering my test ride of the Benelli BS4. However, the top speed of Benelli, if I remember correctly, was around 130. This goes till 139. The crux of the matter is you can tour on this and maintain 110, 120 all day without a problem. Vibrations are next to nothing on this motorcycle. And well, that was the long and short of it. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I will answer each and every one. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.